Shalom, shalom, Israel, giving our praise to the Most High and the Son Yahushua. We're the Battle Axes of the Most High. I'm Brother Razatak, and it's Brother Daoud. Hey, we coming back to you on a Thursday morning, well, Thursday afternoon or Thursday evening class of time to stop playing the games. So, I know y'all been seeing the things that been happening in Alabama, you know, Montgomery, Alabama or whatnot. Hey, that's all praise to the Most High, man, because our people are getting tired of all the things that we are going through, man. They getting tired of these so-called white men, these white women, these Karens and so on and so forth, you know, taking advantage of them, man. And the Most High God, he put it on their spirit to, you know, take them people out, man. Hey, because you got to look on the physical aspect, but more importantly, you got to look at it on the spiritual aspect, man. Because that wasn't nothing but the Most High God, man. Because the Most High God, he said, hey, the king's heart is in the hands of the Lord or whatnot. Roughly paraphrasing, Proverbs 21 and 1. But, you know, all praises for that, man. But today's title, it'll be United We Stand, Divided We Fall. Read that again. United we stand, divided we fall, man. Because, hey, just like how them brothers and sisters stood together, that's how we should be standing together too, man. And it's true. And, you know, we've been teaching unity or whatnot, but, you know, their actions was more so corner. But we know that this battle is not a corner fight. It's a spiritual fight, man. But then again, hey, Romans 12 and 18 all day. If it be possible, as much as lieth in you, remain peaceful among all men. That day just wasn't possible, man. And again, all praise to the Most High for that, man. But the first precept we're going to go ahead and get is Jeremiah 7 and 28. Go ahead.
It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 7, verse 28. But thou shalt say unto them, this is a nation.
This is a what?
This is a nation.
Going into the nation of Israel. Read on.
That obeyed it.
That do what?
That obeyed.
That do what?
That obeyed.
Not
the voice of the Lord.
So, hey, that's talking about Israel. We didn't obey the Most High God's word, man. But go ahead.
Not the voice of the Lord, their God, nor receive correction.
Nor receive what?
Nor receive correction.
Because, hey, our people, they hate correction, man. They hate order. But, you know, the Most High God, he's all about order, man. Because, hey, our people, we follow the laws of the land or whatnot, but why can't we follow the Most High God's name? Or the laws, should I say, Shalaki. But go ahead.
Truth is perished.
Truth is what?
Truth is perished.
Truth is what?
Truth is perished.
So, hey, them people that did that or whatnot, well, you know they are people, of course. When they did that, man, because they looking for something, man. They looking for the truth. And I know, like, you know, the Most High God, again, he put it on their spirit to do that. But at the same time, they still are searching for something, man. Because, hey, you just got to look at it on the spiritual aspect, man. Like the Most High God, he really put it on them people to do that. Because, hey, they are searching for something, man. Something better than what we've been taught, man. Because our whole lifespan or our lifetime or whatnot, we've been taught by, you know, precepts of men or by the heathen nation or whatnot, man. But, hey, this Bible, hey, this is your real black history book, man. And Lord's will, if they do come across any Israelite camp, I pray that the brothers teach them, man, and edify them, and let them know why those things occurred. But go ahead.
And is cut off from their mouth.
And is what?
And is cut off from their mouth.
Read on.
Cut off down here. O Jerusalem.
Oh, who?
O Jerusalem.
Because, you know, the Most High God, he look at Jerusalem as a delicate woman, man. But go ahead.
And cast away.
And cast what?
And cast away.
Cast it away.
Cast it away.
And read on.
And take up a lamentation.
Take up a what?
Take up a lamentation. On high places. For the Lord have rejected and forsaken the generation of his wrath.
Of his what?
Of his wrath.
So, you know, the Most High God, he did forsake us throughout the Bible, and even now to a certain extent, but at the same time, he'll never cast us off, man. Because, hey, that's that covenant he made with us, man, so all praises for that. But the next precept we're going to get is Leviticus 19 and 17. There's the whole point of bringing that precept out is because of the truth is perished part, man. But go ahead, bring this out whenever you get there.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 19, verse 17.
Thou
shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart.
Read that again.
Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart.
So, hey, in that day, right there, what was that, Sunday or Saturday, should I say? Hey, they weren't hating each other in that day, man. They were unified, man. They all came together and helped that one brother out. But go ahead.
Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor.
They shall do what?
Thou shalt in any rise rebuke thy neighbor.
The word rebuke just means to correct your brother, man. Anytime you see your brother going off, correct him, man. Because, hey, open rebuke is better than secret love at any given time, man. Because you can't just sit there and trust a brother or a friend that you hold near and dear to you to like sit there and lie to you, man. You rather hear the harsh truth than to sit there and listen to somebody that's gonna lie to you all the time. But go ahead.
And not suffer sin upon him.
And not do what?
And not suffer sin upon him.
So neither shall we be stumbling blocks to our brothers. But read on.
Thou shalt not avenge, nor bear any grudges against the children of thy people.
Of whose people?
Of thy people.
Of whose people?
Of thy people.
It said of thy people. Not the other heathen or whatnot, or the heathen nations. We can hold a grudge till the day we die, man, with them. But when it comes down to our people, we're commanded to forgive them, man. But go ahead.
But thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. But thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. I am the Lord.
Because, hey, that was love that them brothers and brothers and sisters did, man. They stuck up for their elder, man. So all praises for that. But let's go ahead and go to Sirach 25:1. Because we ain't the only one that loved that thing, man. The Most High God and His Son, Yahweh shall love it. Hey, even the angels love it, man. Go ahead.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 25, verse 1. And three things I was beautiful. Beautified. And stood up beautiful.
Read that again.
Okay. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 25, verse 1. And three things I was beautified and stood up beautiful, both before God and man.
Both before what?
Both before God and man.
He said both before God and man. Let's see what these things is. Read on.
The unity of brethren.
Read that again.
The unity of brethren.
He said the unity of brethren. We even know who the brethren is according to the the Bible and whatnot. Ezekiel 11:15. Talking about the Israelites. So he said the unity of brethren. Read on.
The love of neighbors.
The love of who?
The love of neighbors.
So the love of neighbors also going into the Israelites. But read on.
A man and a wife that agree together.
That do what?
That agree together.
So the Most High God, He basically letting you know that, hey, we can't do this thing alone, man. We gotta, stick together, man. Come back to His law, statutes, and commandments. Because, hey, when we fighting for our Lord, can't no nation come against us, man. But let's go ahead and go to the next precept. Let's get Psalms 133:1. These are a couple of gathering together precepts. Go ahead.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 133, verse 1.
Go ahead.
Behold, how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity.
Read that again.
Psalms 133, verse 1. Behold, how good.
It said how good. Read on.
And how pleasant.
And how what?
And how pleasant.
And how pleasant. Read on.
It is for brethren to dwell together in unity.
And what?
In unity.
See, so the Most High God, He look at this as a good thing, man. He said it's good and pleasant to His eyes to see his children, gathering together, man. But go ahead.
Verse 2. It is like the precious ointment.
It is like what?
It is like the precious ointment.
So the Most High God, He compared unity to precious ointment, man. But read on.
Upon the head that ran down upon the beard. Even Aaron's beard that went down. Even Aaron's beard.
So it's going into like a similitude, talking about like how, because Aaron, he had a luxurious beard, man. He had a long, beautiful beard or whatnot. So the Most High God, He compared it to that, to the oil that ran down upon his beard. But go ahead.
That went down to skirts of his garment.
To the what?
That went down to skirts of his garment. To the skirts of his garment.
So it went all the way down to the skirts of his garment. But more of the story, that's how the Most High God feel about unity. So the next precept we're going to get is Ecclesiastes 4:9.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 4, verse 9. Two are better than one.
Read that again.
Two are better than one.
So that's another precept for it. It said two are better than one. But go ahead.
Because they have a good reward.
They have a what kind of reward?
They have a good reward.
Because, hey, it's not all in vain. It's a good reward. But go ahead.
For their labor.
For their what?
For their labor.
So, like, even on the aspect of us when we go out there to camp or whatnot, when we all together in unity, when we all in order and whatnot with the Most High God, hey, the Most High God said it's a good reward behind that, man. Because, you know, we're commanded to do that as well. But go ahead.
For if they fail, for if they fall, the one will lift up his fellow.
He'll do what?
The one will lift up his fellow.
So, like, say if a brother or a sister go off or whatnot, you always have that other brother that's going to lift them back up, man, and let them know that, hey, brother, you shouldn't be doing that. Or, hey, sister, you shouldn't be doing that. You need to get back on track, man, and keep on keeping these commandments. But go ahead.
But woe to him that is alone.
Read that again.
But woe to him that is alone.
Because, hey, even for that split second, when that brother was alone, hey, you see it was some type of destruction, man. He was by himself. One Edomite he was fighting, then a couple of more Edomites came and started fighting. So it said, woe to him that is alone. But then the Most High God, he came to the rescue like every time, man. And he sent brothers, hey, to dwell together in unity and whoop some ass, man. But go ahead.
When he fell it.
When he followed.
When he followed. For he had not another to help him up.
Read it from the top. But woe to him that is alone.
But woe to him that is alone. When he followed.
When he what?
When he followed.
It said, but woe to him that is alone. But go ahead.
For he had not another to help him up.
Because, hey, when you're alone, hey, you don't have another to help you up, man. You ain't going to hold yourself to those same standards that you will hold yourself to whenever you got another brother that's trying to keep the commandments with you or whatnot. But go ahead.
Again, if two lie together, then they have heat.
So it's making another parable. It said again, if two lay together, then they have heat. But go ahead.
But how can one be warm alone?
And he said, how can one be warm alone, man? Because y'all know how it be when you laying in the bed by yourself or whatnot, hey, it get cold, man. But when, you know, husbands and wives, when they lay in the bed together, hey, they make heat. But go ahead.
And if one prevail against him, two shall withstand him.
Read that again.
And if one prevail against him, two shall withstand him.
Because, hey, I'm sorry, but I got to keep on going back to that, man, because that was really a powerful thing, man, on the spiritual side of it. It said, and if one prevailed against him, because you had that one Edomite, he prevailed against that brother or whatnot, but it said, two shall withstand him. Because you see, hey, then another brother came to help him when they were trying to jump him, or when they was jumping him. Then another brother came, then another brother came, then another sister, couple of sisters came. Bro, that's all praises, but go ahead.
I'm going to read it over. Book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 4, verse 12. And if one prevail against him, two shall withstand him. And a threefold cord is not quickly broken.
It said in a three-cord fold it's not broken, man. Because, hey, they just kept on adding numbers to it, man. Hey, we wiped them Edomites, hey, throwing them in water, hitting them with chairs. Hey, man, Lord's will, if anybody can find that brother's name or whatnot, hey, we'll try to do a GoFundMe for real, man. Because, you know, Yara, he was talking about that. Or Captain Yara, he was talking about that, man. But that's a real thing because in his defense, he was defending himself, man. And as well as the other brothers and sisters that was out there fighting, man. Because, hey, it could have went left real quick. Somebody could have had a gun. But, you know, the Most High God, he had his protection on him, man. But go ahead.
Better is a port.
Well, that's all I want to know. The next precept we're going to get is Judith 5 and 20.
This is the book of Judith, chapter 5, verse 20. Now therefore, my Lord and Governor, if there be any error in this people.
So, hey, this is a heathen talking or whatnot. He's saying, now therefore, my Lord and Governor, if there be any error in this people, going into the Israelites, read on.
And they sin against their God.
And they do what?
And they sin against their God.
And if we sin against the Most High God, Yahweh, read on.
Let us consider that this shall be their ruin.
That this shall be what?
That this shall be their ruin.
It said that, hey, this is going to be their ruin if they ain't serving the Most High God. But read on.
and let us go up, and we shall overcome them.
Because, hey, these heathen nations, they know that, hey, we got the only true and living God, man. They know that anytime we are doing right by him, or, if, well, should I say, if we're doing wrong by him, that, hey, it's going to be our ruin every time. Hey, and even when we look at it in today's time or whatnot, hey, it is our ruin, man. Because as a majority, hey, we at the bottom of society, man. We getting shot down in the streets. We got single parent households, 9 to 5 jobs or whatnot, and the list goes on. But at the same time, it's a flip side to it. But we don't.
But if there be no iniquity in their nation,
So if it be no sin in our nation, we don't.
let my Lord now pass by.
Let my what?
Let my Lord now pass by.
So, hey, he letting them know, hey, if there be no iniquity in this people, or if it be no sin in this people, then, hey, let my Lord pass on by, man. Because, hey, he ain't gonna be able to do nothing against it, man. You can't stop this truth, man. But go ahead.
Lest their Lord defend them.
Let's know what?
Lest their Lord defend them.
Because, hey, even when it comes down to a certain extent, the Most High God, even with a sin or whatnot, the Most High God, hey, he has ways of doing things. When it comes down to don't let me lose my thought. But when it comes down to a sinner, sometimes the Most High God, he'll look out for him to a certain extent, but at the same time, he's like, that's a warning or whatnot. He'll be like, okay, this time I let you make it, but next time, hey, I'm not gonna be so easy on you, man. But he didn't give us a license to sin, man. And you can't sin willfully. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying that the Most High God, since you his people or whatnot, hey, he will look out for you. But you better stop playing with him though. But go ahead.
And their God before them.
And their what?
And their God before them.
It'll be what?
Before them.
We don't.
And we become a reproach before all the world.
Before all the what?
Before all the world.
Because they'll become a reproach before all the world, man. But the next precept we're gonna get, we're gonna get Hebrews chapter 10 and verse 25. All right, this is the book of Hebrews chapter 10 and verse 25. And that ain't nothing but the spirit, man. Yeah, but that ain't nothing but the spirit, man. But this is the book of Hebrews chapter 10 and verse 25. Not forsaking the assembly of ourselves together, as the manner of some is, but exhorting one another, and so much the more, as ye see the day approaching. I'm going to read that again. Not forsaking the assembly of ourselves together, because we cannot be forsaking the assembly of our brothers, man. One second, Israel. One second.
Shalom.
Shalaki Israel, we have a technical difficulties over here. Because it might be Esau missing with it, no telling, man. Because I know that my volume is being low or whatnot, but at the same time, hey, y'all can still hear me to a certain extent. But now all of a sudden, I guess y'all can't hear me. But if y'all can, let me know. But this is the book of Hebrews chapter 10. This is the book of Hebrews chapter 10 verse 25. Not forsaking the assembly of ourselves together, as the manner of some is, but exhorting one another. It says, but not forsaking the assembly of the manner that some is, man. But it said exhorting one another, because hey, we are commanded to exhort one another, where exhortation is due. And so much the more. And it said, and so much the more, man, because hey, it's more than just exhorting. You know, we do all type of things with the brothers and sisters, man, because we're commanded to. All praise. And as you see the day approaching, because hey, the time is at hand, man. Matter of fact, we can go ahead and get there. Yeah, Officer Barakah, take your precept, man. Romans 13 and 11.
Oh,
Go ahead.
This the book of Romans, chapter 13, verse 11.
Uh-huh.
And that knowing the time, that now is high time.
It is what kind of time?
That now is high time.
No, it's low time.
It's high time.
It said it is high time. Read on.
To awake out of sleep.
To do what?
To awake out of sleep.
It's not talking about like a physical sleep. It's talking about a spiritual sleep, man. You got to wake up out of it, man. Come back to our God and start keeping his commandments. But go ahead.
For now is our salvation nearer than we believe.
Read that again.
For now is our salvation nearer than we believe.
It said, for our salvation is nearer than when we believe, man. Because, hey, every day that we wake up, we get closer and closer to the end of this world, man. Well, to the end of Esau's world and the beginning of our world, man. But the only way you're going to make it is if you keep these commandments, man. But go ahead. The night is far spent.
The night is far spent. The day is at hand.
So, you know, it reiterated itself. It said, the night is far spent, the day is at hand. Read on.
Let us therefore cast off the work of darkness.
The work of what?
The work of darkness.
It said the works of darkness. The works of darkness is going into sin. But go ahead.
And let us put on the armor of light.
Of what?
Of light.
Of what?
Of light.
Because, hey, even on the spiritual aspect, we know Christ is that light, man. He's also that armor. But the next precept we're going to get is, matter of fact, we can go ahead and read 13.
Verse 13. Let us walk honestly.
Let us do what?
Let us walk honestly.
Honestly.
I said,
go ahead.
as in the day, not in rioting, in drunkenness.
Read that again.
Not in rioting, in drunkenness.
So it said not in rioting and in drunkenness. Because, hey, even though it was a riot or whatnot, they started it, man. And even in the Bible, hey, according to the Bible, we was justified for that, man. Because that, again, that Romans 12 and 18, that applies, man. But go ahead.
Not in tampering, in wantonness, not in strife and envying.
That's all I want on that. No, we next precept we're going to get is Sirach 33 and 17.
The book of Sirach, chapter 33, verse 17. Consider that I labor not for myself only.
Read that again.
Consider that I labor not for myself only.
So it said, consider that I labor not for myself consider that I consider, consider that I labor not for myself only. Because, hey, we ain't doing this for our own selves, man. We are doing this for who?
But for all them that seek learning.
But for who?
But for all them that seek learning.
He said, but for all them that seek learning, man. So those people that are trying to, you know, come back to their nationality or whatnot, hey, we are doing this for y'all, man. But go ahead.
Hear me, O ye great men of the people, and hearken with your ears. Ye ruler of the congregation.
Ye rulers of what?
Ye ruler of the congregation.
All right, the next precept we're going to get is Sirach 24 and 34.
The book of Sirach, chapter 24, verse 34. Behold, that I have not labored for myself only.
So it's saying the same exact thing as, you know, Sirach, what was that? 33 and 17 was saying. But go ahead.
But for all them that seek wisdom.
But for what?
But for all them that seek wisdom.
So saying the exact same thing. But the next precept we're going to get is Matthew 22 and 9. Because even when I brought that up, because, hey, that also applies to us being together in unity, man. Because every time we go out there and teach or whatnot, hey, we bring more brothers and sisters in, you know, through the power of Yahweh and his son Yahweh, of course. But go ahead.
The book of Matthew, chapter 22, verse 9. Go ye therefore into the highways, and as many as ye shall find.
No, as one as ye shall find.
As many as ye shall find. Bid to the marriage.
Do what?
Bid to the marriage.
So it said, hey, as many as ye shall find, bid to the marriage. So yeah, that 1 week we might only find one, but that's still us grown as a nation of people, man. Because hey, even the angels in heaven, they rejoice when one sinner repent, man. But go ahead.
So those servants went out into the highways.
So those servants went out to the highways to bid the people back to the marriage. Read on.
And gathered together all as many as they found.
All as what?
All as many as they found.
Not only the ones that I like.
As many as they found.
So it said, as many as they found. Whether you like these brothers and sisters or whether you dislike them or whatnot. But go ahead.
Both bad and good.
Both what?
Both bad and good.
So whether they did bad or whether they did good, hey, we was seeking after them. But go ahead.
And the wedding was furnished with guests.
With what?
With guests.
Because, hey, this is all ordained by the Most High God. But next precept we're going to get is Ezekiel chapter 2, verse 1.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 2, verse 1. And he said unto me, Son of man, stand upon thy feet.
Do what?
Stand upon thy feet.
So, hey, the Most High God, he's commanded Ezekiel, just like in this day and time, he commanded us to do something. But read on.
And I will speak unto thee.
He'll do what?
And I will speak unto thee.
Because, hey, just like we right now, we're not. Hey, these are not my words. It's the Most High God speaking through me to get to y'all, Lord's will. But go ahead.
And the Spirit entered into me when he spake unto me, and set me upon my feet.
It did what?
And set me upon my feet. That I heard him that spake unto me. And he said unto me, Son of man, I sent thee to the children of Israel.
Do what?
I sent thee to the children of Israel.
He said, I send thee to the children of Israel. Read on.
To a rebellious nation.
So what kind of nation?
To a rebellious nation.
Because, hey, we know that, hey, even with Paul and all the other apostles and prophets or whatnot, hey, each one of them, they knew that these people was, our people was rebellious or whatnot. He knew that our people was rebellious. But at the same time, Most High God said, hey, according to 1 Corinthians chapter 10 and verse 13, he said that, hey, I'm not going to put nothing more upon you than you can bear or whatnot. So he knew that it was possible for us to get to our people, man. Because, hey, at the end of the day, it's the Most High God's show. But go ahead.
That had rebelled against me. Yet and their father have transgressed against me.
They did what?
They and their father have transgressed against me.
Because, hey, even on the aspect of whatnot, like looking at it, know that it's not us that they doing it to. They doing it to the Most High God ultimately, man. And they really are rebelling against his word, man. But read that from the top again.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 2, verse 3. And he said unto me, Son of man, I send thee to the children of Israel, to a rebellious nation that have rebelled against me. They and their father had transgressed against me.
So it said they and their fathers had transgressed against them. So we're talking about they, as in us right now, and their fathers, going into our forefathers and, the prophets and whatnot, man. They rebelled against them. So the same people that you see in the Bible is the same people that you see nowadays walking around the earth. But go ahead.
Even unto this very day.
Read that again.
Even unto this very day.
It said even unto this very day. Going into right now, man. But go ahead.
For they are imputed children.
For they are what?
For they are imputed children.
Read on.
And stiff-hearted.
And what?
And stiff-hearted.
So the Most High God, he's talking about, hey, I made these people, but they hard-headed as hell, man. But go ahead.
I do send thee unto them.
Read that again.
I do send thee unto them.
So he said, hey, regardless of the fact, I still send you unto them, man. Because, hey, it's all purpose behind it. But go ahead.
And thou shalt say unto them, thus saith the Lord God.
We shall do what?
Thou shalt say unto them, thus saith the Lord God.
So we shall be saying, thus saith the Lord God. Not thus said pastor or big mama or papa or whatnot. Not talking about no Cadillac in 1955 or 1975. Not talking about I used to be a pimp in 1970 or whatnot, man. We supposed to be speaking the oracles of God, man. But go ahead.
And they rather they will hear, or rather they will forbear.
So it said whether they're here or whether they're forbear. We are still commanded to, hey, bring these people into this fold, man. If it be in the Most High God's will, of course. But go ahead.
For they are rebellious house.
For they are what?
For they are a rebellious house.
Because, hey, it just keep on reiterating itself. For this is a rebellious house, man. But go ahead.
Yet shall know that there had been a prophet among them.
There should be what?
A prophet among them.
Because, hey, you can even bring this out in the streets or whatnot. Because, hey, they don't know no better. But at the same time, the Most High God say, hey, I did send them out there, man. So in the day of judgment, hey, you ain't got no excuse, man. But the next precept we're going to get is Judges chapter 20 and verse 1. Because we're going to show an example of our brothers, you know, gathering together in unity or standing up as one man, should I say.
This is the book of Judges, chapter 20, verse 1. Then all the children of Israel went out, and the congregation was gathered together.
Because, hey, if y'all familiar with this story, this is basically when Israel was warned against the Benjamites. Because, hey, the Benjamites, man, hey, even though they dealt in some type of homosexuality or whatnot, hey, they was a tough tribe to beat, man. Because, hey, by ourselves, we couldn't defeat them, man. Matter of fact, we ain't even gonna spoil the story. Let's go ahead and break it out.
Judges 20, verse 1. Then all the children of Israel went out, and the congregation was gathered together as one man. From Dan.
Wait, as what?
As one man.
As what?
As one man.
So it said gathered together as one man. Meaning we was all of one accord. But go ahead.
From Dan even to Bathsheba.
From what?
From Dan even to Bathsheba.
Because, hey, even going back to even as one man, that defeats that Trinity doctrine, man. Because it said they all rose together as one man. Not saying that they're the same people, just saying that we was on one accord, man. Same with Yahushua, well, the Most High God and Yahushua, man. But go ahead.
With the land of Galilee, unto the Lord in Mizpah, and the chief of all the people, even of all the tribe of Israel, presented themselves.
Did what?
Presented themselves.
Read on.
In the assembly of the people of God.
Of who?
Of God.
Read on.
400,000 footmen that drew swords.
So it said 400,000 footmen that drew swords, man. That's how many of us it was. But go ahead.
Now, the children of Benjamin heard that the children of Israel were gone up to Mizpah.
So, hey, you know, wicked old Benjamin, man, they heard that we went up to Mizpah. But go ahead.
Then said the children of Israel, tell us, how was this wickedness?
So, hey, the children of Israel, they wanted to know, hey, like, what happened, man? What did the Benjamites do? But go ahead.
And the Levites, the husband of the woman, that was slain.
That was what?
That was slain.
So, hey, this is one instance of where the Benjamites did. They slain this woman. Let's see what they did. Go ahead.
Answered and said, I came into Gibeah, that belonged to Benjamin. I and my concubine to lodge. And the men of Gibeah rose against me and beset the house round about.
So he basically explained what the Benjamites did. He said they all rose up against me and beset the house round about. Read on.
Upon me by night and thought to have slain me.
So he talking about, hey, the Benjamites, hey, they were trying to kill me, man. They had it on their mind that they were fully set to do evil against me, man. But go ahead.
In my concubine, have they forced that she is dead.
That she is what?
That she is dead.
So they killed this man. They killed this man concubine. But go ahead.
And I took my concubine and cut her in pieces.
They did what?
And cut her in pieces.
They cut her into pieces, man. But go ahead.
And sent her throughout all the country of the inheritance of Israel. For they have committed lewdness and folly in Israel.
Read on.
Behold, ye are all children of Israel. Give here your advice and counseling.
So, hey, this man, he's basically asking for advice and counseling. He's asking like, hey, Israel, so what should we do with Benjamin, man? Because, hey, they doing lewdness and folly, man. They trying to do their own little wicked thing, man. They ain't trying to keep the commandments, but go ahead.
And all the people arose as one man.
Hey, saying the same thing. They rose as one man. But go ahead.
Saying, we will not any of us go to his tent, neither will we any of us turn into his house. But now this shall be the things which we do together. Gibeah. We will go up by lot against it.
We do what?
We will go up by lot against it.
So Israel decided to, hey, we're going to go up against the Benjamites, man. But go ahead.
And we will take 10 men of 100 throughout all the tribes of Israel. And 100 of 1,000, and 1,000 out of 10,000, to fetch victuals for the people, that they may do when they come to Gibeah of Benjamin, according to all the folly that they have brought in Israel.
Read on.
So all the men of Israel were gathered against the city, not to knit together as one man.
Saying it again, but go ahead.
And the tribe of Israel sent men through all the tribes of Benjamin, saying, what wickedness is this that is done among you?
Read that again.
So, what wickedness is this that is done among you?
So, hey, the Israelites, hey, they going, well, you know, Benjamin the Israelite too, but hey, at this point in time, hey, he was just acting a nigga or whatnot, man. And he said, and they were like, hey, what wickedness is this that is done among you, man? What are y'all doing, bro? Like, y'all do know we brothers, right? But go ahead.
Now, therefore, deliver us the man, the children of Belial, which are in Gibeah, that we may put them to death.
That we may what?
That we may put them to death, and put away evil from Israel.
From what?
Put away evil from Israel.
So, hey, they were trying to put away evil from Israel, man. But go ahead.
But the children of Benjamin would not hearken to the voice of their brethren.
But they were what?
The children of Benjamin would not hearken to the voice of their brethren.
So, hey, Benjamin, they weren't trying to hear it, man. They were like, hey, I'm going to do what I want, man. But go ahead.
The children of Israel. But the children of Benjamin gathered themselves together out of the cities unto Gibeah to go out to battle against the children of Israel.
So, hey, it's going to be a full-out war, man. But go ahead.
And the children of Benjamin were numbered at that time out of the city 12, 20, and 6,000 men that drew swords.
It said 20 and 6,000 men that drew swords of the tribe of Benjamin. But go ahead.
Besides the inhabitants of Gibeah, which were numbered 700 chosen men. Among all these people, there were 700 chosen men. Left-handed.
What-handed?
Left-handed.
So, hey, we all know about a person that's left-handed, or our people that's left-handed, man. Hey, they got some type of strength on them that's, hey, it's unbearable. But go ahead.
Everyone could sling it, stones, at inherit bread.
Read that again.
Everyone could sling it, stones, at inherit bread.
So not only was they all left-handed, but everyone could sling stones and inherit bread. Meaning, hey, they could throw it at a little piece of hair. And what else?
And not miss.
And what?
And not miss.
So they could throw it at a little piece of hair, and hey, they would not miss it, man. So, hey, read on.
17. And the men of Israel, besides Benjamin, were numbered 400,000 men that drew sword.
Uh-huh.
All these were men of war.
All these are what?
All these were men of war.
So we also had men of war in Israel, but they weren't left-handed. And I know they weren't throwing rocks at a little hair man and not missing. But go ahead.
Went up to the house of God
Uh-huh.
and asked counsel of God
Uh-huh.
and said, which of us shall go up first to the battle against the children of Benjamin?
So hey, that's where they went wrong. They asked the Most High God, they were like, which one of us shall go first to battle against the children of Benjamin? They didn't say, hey, when should we all go against the children of Benjamin? They said, which one of us should go first? But go ahead.
And the Lord said, Judah shall go up first.
And what?
And the Lord said, Judah shall go up first.
So, hey, you know, the Most High God, hey, he'll give them over to their own ruin or whatnot. So he was like, okay, since y'all think y'all strong or whatnot, go ahead, Judah, you can go first. The Most High God, he gonna laugh at your calamity, man, whenever you don't take the actual counsel that you need to take. But go ahead.
And the children of Israel rose up in the morning
Uh-huh.
and encamped against Gibeah.
Uh-huh.
And the men of Israel went out to battle against Benjamin.
Uh-huh.
And the men of Israel put themselves in array
Uh-huh.
to fight against them at Gibeah.
Uh-huh.
And the children of Benjamin came forth out of Gibeah
Uh-huh.
and destroyed down to the ground of Israelites.
Read that again.
And destroyed down to the ground of the Israelites.
So, so as soon as they went out to war against the Benjamites, hey, the Benjamites, they destroyed them, man. But go ahead.
That day, 20 and 200,000 men.
So it said, in that day, 20 and 2,000 men that were slain by the Benjamites. But go ahead.
And the people, the men of Israel, encouraged themselves
Uh-huh.
and set their battle again
Uh-huh.
in array in the place where they put themselves in array the first day.
So, hey, they try to go back out there. They were like, man, nah, Benjamin, you ain't finna do me like that, man. We finna go out there again and do it, try to do it again. That basically saying, run it back, man. Run it back, nigga. But go ahead.
And the children of Israel went up and wept before the Lord until evening.
Until what?
Until evening.
So, hey, as soon as they got whooped, man, hey, they went back to the Most High God and they whipped to him. It was like, hey, what should we do? But go ahead.
And asked counsel of the Lord, saying, shall I go up again to battle against the children of Benjamin?
So, hey, they asked the same question. They were like, should we go up again against the tribe of Benjamin? But go ahead.
My brother,
My who?
my brother.
Read on.
And the Lord said, go up against him.
So again, the Most High God giving up to their own ruin. They're like, okay, go ahead. I mean, they whooped you already, but go ahead. If you think you still got some fighting, go ahead. But go ahead.
And the children of Israel came near against the children of Benjamin the second day.
Uh-huh.
And Benjamin went forth against them out of Gibeah
Uh-huh.
the second day,
Uh-huh.
and destroyed down to the ground of the children of Israel.
Uh-huh.
Again,
Who?
again,
Who?
again,
So, hey, Benjamin whooped ass again. Read on.
18,000 men. All these drew the sword.
So, hey, this time it was 18,000 men. And all these drew the sword. But read on.
Then all the children of Israel and all the people went up and came unto the house of God
Uh-huh.
and wept.
So, hey, they went back to the Most High God and cried again and asking the Most High God, what should they do? But read on.
And sat there before the Lord and fasted that day until evening.
And did what?
And fasted that day until evening.
So this time around, hey, they fasted until evening. But go ahead.
And offered burnt offerings
They also burnt offerings. But go ahead.
and peace offerings before the Lord.
And peace offerings. But go ahead.
And the children of Israel encountered,
Inquire.
inquired of the Lord,
Uh-huh.
for the ark of the covenant of God was there in those days.
Uh-huh.
And Phinehas had the son of Eleazar. Eleazar, the son of Aaron, stood before it in those days,
Uh-huh.
saying, shall I yet again go out to battle against the children of Benjamin, my brother?
Uh-huh.
Or shall I cease?
So, hey, Judah, they starting to get some act right. They're like, should we go out there again? Or should we just chill out and just cease for right now, man? But go ahead.
And the Lord said, go up, for tomorrow I will deliver them into thy hand.
More from the Lord. No, you said.
And the Lord said, go up, for tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
And the Lord said, go up, for tomorrow I will deliver them into thy hand.
So the Most High God, he let them know, okay, look, tomorrow I'm going to deliver them into your hand, man. And this time they ain't finna whip you. But go ahead.
And Israel set liars and wait round about Gibeah. And the children of Israel went up against the children of Benjamin on the third day.
So, hey, this is the third time. But go ahead.
And put themselves in array against Gibeah, as at other times.
Read on.
And the children of Benjamin went out against the people, and were drawn away from the city. And they began to smite of the people and kill, as at other times, in the highways of which one goeth up to the house of God, and the other to Gibeah in the field, about 30 men of Israel. And the children of Benjamin, they are smitten down before us.
Read that again.
And the children of Benjamin said, they are smitten down before us, as at the first. But the children of Israel said, let us flee and draw them from the city unto the highways.
So, hey, Israel, they came up with a game plan. They were like, you know what? We're going to try to fight them on the high ground or whatnot, man. But go ahead. They talking about in the highways. Because, hey, anytime a man, if you go into war or whatnot, and if you at, like, in a highway or, like, you have the upper ground or whatnot, you always going to win, man. But go ahead.
And all the men of Israel rose up out of their place and put themselves in array at Baal Tamar. And the liars and weight of Israel came forth out of their places, even out of the meadows of Gibeah. And there came against Gibeah 10,000 chosen men.
10,000 what?
10,000 chosen men.
So, hey, these men were chosen, but go ahead.
Out of all Israel. And the battle was sore. But they knew not that evil was near them.
So they knew, hey, there wasn't no evil. Like, Benjamin wasn't a threat at this time because they knew the Most High God, he was in control of all these things. But go ahead.
And the Lord smote Benjamin.
He did what?
The Lord smote Benjamin.
So, hey, after all that they went on and whatnot, hey, the Most High God, he basically smote Benjamin. Even going back to Judah 5 and 20. So, like, even though they was the tribe of Benjamin and they was Israel or whatnot, the Most High God said that, hey, even with them, hey, if y'all keeping my commandments, y'all doing what y'all supposed to, hey, I'll fight for y'all as well, even if it's against your brother. But go ahead.
And the children of Israel destroyed of the Benjamites that day 25,000 and 100 men. All these drew the sword. So the children of Benjamin saw that they were smitten, for the men of Israel gave place to the Benjamites, because they trusted unto the liars in wait, which they had set beside Gibeah.
So, yeah, it say they trusted in the liars, but ultimately, you know, they trusted in the Most High God that he was going to deliver them to their hands, man. So, hey, that was one instance of, you know, our people gathered together, doing what the Most High God told them to do in the first place, and you see how the outcome came. At first, hey, they was having sore calamity on them, but then the Most High God, he brought them out of their destruction or whatnot. But the next precept we're going to get is Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15. Because now this is the because now this is the flip side of like when we ain't together or whatnot, or what the circumstances may be when we don't you know, stick together, should I say. But go ahead.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
So it say, hey, if thou shalt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, read on.
To observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I commanded thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee, and overtake thee,
And what?
and overtake thee.
We don't. Well, jump down to 40, 64. Because, hey, you see, we got the united we stand part. Now, it's the divided we fall part of the class. But go ahead.
64. And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people, from the one end of the earth even until the other.
Read that again.
And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people, from the one end of the earth even until the other. And there thou shalt serve other
They
gods.
shall do what?
Thou shalt serve other gods.
So, hey, because we were disobedient, hey, that's when we started to fall as a nation, man. Because, hey, we weren't keeping the commandments like we were supposed to. And the Most High God, what he do, he decided to scatter us. Because even with us, like our people being in sin or whatnot, hey, they still, the Edomites, if the Most High God went in control of the Edomites or whatnot, then, hey, they wouldn't be able to do nothing against us. So the Most High God even made it easy on them to, like, he went on ahead and scattered us to the four corners of the earth. Because just imagine if we was all in America together right now. Hey, we'd probably be overthrown this place, man. But go ahead.
Which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone.
Even what?
Even wood and stone.
Because that even goes into the religious part of it. Because, hey, the Most High God, we know he didn't give us no religion. But, hey, it was one thing because he scattered us, but he even scattered us more because he had us go into like these different guys and these religions and whatnot. Because that wood and stone, we know it's going into Christianity, and we know it's going into Islam or whatnot. And we know those two religions, they don't have nothing to do with each other. Every religion that's out here was made by, our oppressors and whatnot. And they all have our people scattered into like different things. Talking about, well, I think the Sabbath day is Sunday. Then you probably have somebody that talking about, okay, well, we can eat pork. Then you have somebody talking about that Buddha is the God, or Allah is the God, man. But according to this Bible, we know Yahweh is the Most High God. We know Yahweh Shai is his son, Christ, man. And we know that this ain't no religion, this is our heritage. But go ahead. Well, that's it. Let's go ahead and go to Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 27.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 4, verse 27. And the Lord shall scatter you among the nations.
So I'm saying the same thing that Deuteronomy 28:64 was saying, but read on.
And ye shall be left few in number.
We shall be what?
Ye shall be left few in number.
Read on.
Among the heathen.
Among the who?
Among the heathen. Rather, the Lord shall lead you.
So we're going to get one more scatter precept. Go ahead.
And there ye shall serve gods, the work of man's hand, wood and stone, which neither see, nor hear, nor eat, nor smell.
So saying the exact same thing that Deuteronomy 28:64 was saying. 1 second, Israel. Yeah, though. I was Sabir Kai, man. But let's go ahead and get James 1:1.
The book of James, chapter 1, verse 1. James, a servant of God, and of the Lord, Yahweh Shai, to the 12 tribes, which are scattered abroad, greeting.
What?
Greeting.
So that's another scattered precept or whatnot. So that's when, again, we started to realize that, hey, we started to fall when we divided ourselves. But it was our fault in the first place, man, because of our disobedience. But the next precept we're going to get is Jeremiah 23:1. Because even on the aspect of you even have your own brothers. Matter of fact, before we even get there, let's get 1 Maccabees chapter 1 and verse 11. But like, you even have some of your brothers that's going against the grain, that's going against you or whatnot. And they cause you to stumble as well, man. And we know, hey, according to what the, Leviticus or whatnot, hey, you ain't supposed to be no stumbling block, man, to your brother. But go ahead.
First Maccabees, the book of First Maccabees, chapter 1, verse 11. In those days went there out of Israel wicked men.
What kind of men?
Wicked men.
We don't.
Who pursued
Persuaded.
persuaded many, saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathens that are round about us. For since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow.
So, hey, even going back to like the aspect of, hey, we had our people, they went on ahead and made a covenant with the heathen or whatnot. Hey, and again, that was our downfall. Because you had them doing that and then not realizing that, hey, you dividing our brothers, man. Or you even dividing yourself, man. Jeremiah 23:1.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 23, verse 1. Woe be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pastures.
Read that again.
Woe be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pastures.
So it said, woe, that destroyed and scattered my sheep of my pastor, man. So, hey, these pastors, they scattering the sheep, man. Because you got to look on it. You look at it on the physical aspect, but you also got to look on the spiritual aspect, man. More important. Like I was bringing out in the beginning of the class, because they do that, man. Because they ain't teaching for hire. They ain't teaching our people the real truth, man. So, therefore, they scattering our people, man. They putting all these brainwashing tactics on them and whatnot. Talking about, hey, that your God is a white man, or he don't have no body, and that Christ is a so-called white man. Well, we know that all the characteristics that Christ had, and all like what he looked like and everything, we know he's a so-called black man. But go ahead.
Therefore, thus said the Lord God of Israel against the pastors.
Against the who?
Against the pastors.
So the Most High God, he's against them, man. But go ahead.
That feed my people. Ye have scattered my flock.
They did what?
Ye have scattered my flock. And driven them away. And have not visited them. Behold, I will visit upon you the evil of your doing.
The what?
The evil of your doing.
So, hey, the Most High God talking about, hey, I got to look at y'all for that, man. Unless y'all repent of these evil deeds, man, hey, I'm finna get y'all on the day of judgment, man. The last precept, we're going to get Sirach 37 and 12.
The book of Sirach, chapter 37, verse 12. But be continually with a godly man.
Read that again.
But be continually with a godly man.
A godly man is a brother that's keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments. It said be continually around them. Going back to the whole title of the class, united we stand. We are united in these laws, statutes, and commandments. But we don't.
Whom thou knowest to keep the commandments
Who
of
knows
the Lord.
what?
Whom thou knowest to keep the commandments of the Lord.
Because a godly man, he know to keep the commandments of the Most High God. But go ahead.
Whose mind is according to thy mind.
Who's what?
Whose mind is according to thy mind.
Because, hey, again, it's going back to us being on one accord, man. Whose mind is just like your mind. But go ahead.
And with sorrow with thee. If thou shalt miscarry.
If thou shalt what?
If thou shalt miscarry.
So if you shall miscarry, hey, the sorrow is gonna be it's gonna be there, man. He gonna try to uplift you again, but at the same time, like, you know, he gonna try to get you back in order. But with that I say shalom. Hey, over here at the Battle Axes, we always say we keep the laws and whatnot. Hey, we the lawgivers, so hey, we're gonna bring out a law. Go ahead.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 19, verse 17. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart. Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor,
Uh-huh.
and not suffer sin upon him.
Uh-huh.
Thou shalt not avenge nor bear any grudges against the children of thy people,
Uh-huh.
but thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
Uh-huh.
I am the Lord.
I am what?
I am the Lord.
So, hey, with that I say shalom. Hey, I hope all is well out there with everybody that's out there. Hey, brothers, y'all know Camp 101 today. Hey, y'all keep on continue to endure this thing, man. For the time is at hand. Y'all keep on dealing with y'all brothers in wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, man. And shalom.